YouTube family, what is up? Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah, this is Purusha Intuitive, and we are doing our weekly astrology reading. Can you tell I'm all pumped up with my hands moving and such? I never know what to do with these, and the table's a little tall, so anywho, I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in. So as I mentioned, we're going to look at the weekly astrology for March 20th through the 26th. If you are familiar with these readings, I love to bring an astrology deck and pull some cards at the end. I also get a little, fidgety. So sometimes I like to play with them as I like to talk through what's happening. So I am starting this reading on the 20th, and we are moving into Aries season. So it is a new zodiac year. We are kicking it off today, the spring equinox. Very exciting. Hence my red sweater, right? Bringing in that fire energy. It's a really beautiful time of year because if you like to, just tune into the cycles of nature, we find that present as well in the zodiac. And Aries rules the house of self. I look at it as we really have to know ourselves, who we are, how we show up in life, etc., in order to make it work in our favor and really achieve those desires and goals that we have set. And Aries season is an amazing time to do that. It is fire energy. It is rooted in the root chakra. Just that grounding, that red, that ambition. It is ruled by the planet Mars, which is that quintessential masculine energy of doing and making things happen. And really being conscious, like I said, of how we show up. And it's kind of fun because the heaviest aspects are on the first few days of this week. So we actually are having a new moon as well tomorrow, March 21st. I will do another video either after this one or tomorrow. I'll try to get it out earlier in the day so you can kind of look at the energies and how they will affect you. Like I said, I feel this level of excitement behind things because we're moving, like Pisces season, it's very emotional. It brings up a lot of stuff, right? A lot of gunk. I'm sure you guys felt it in your situations, relationships, different things that you're dealing with in your environment. And you really have to take into account whether it's worth your time and energy or not. That's, in my opinion, a lot of what that Pisces energy resonates back with. So now we have the opportunity to take what we learned and make something happen. We're also in that spring time of year. We have had the winter months to lay dormant, just kind of relax, rest, meditate, figure out what truly is highest and best for us. And the spring is all about planting those seeds, right? I mean, that's what, if you have a garden, what this is all about this time of year. It is really kind of starting to set the intentions. And again, this happens through the practice of knowing yourself and what you want. In the beginning of the week, like I mentioned, we start off with the new moon. Today, the energies are shifting. It's pretty harmonious. There's a lot of clumping action happening with the planets. So anytime that happens, it really maximizes the energy, the intensity that we are feeling based off of those emotions. So we're going to specifically find that with Mercury, Sun, and Neptune, which are all conjunct with one another. They're basically connecting back with the way we show up, the way we communicate, who we want to be, and especially based off of our instincts and our knowing. It can be a little bittersweet because certain people, places, and things we want the validation, affirmation from. If it's not in alignment, we're not going to get what we want, right? But it's also the blessing in disguise. Maybe you don't want to partner up. Maybe you don't want to show up with that person, place, or thing. The other aspect that comes into focus is Jupiter with Chiron in Aries. So this talks a lot about the more we do the healing work, the more we see our fortune, our abundance coming in, which is really dope. It's just connecting with the authentic parts of ourselves. We see that with the Venus conjunct to the North Node. This is in Taurus. It's really talking about bringing about our authenticity by giving ourselves love, care, kindness, space, groundingness, right? Not doing too much, taking on too many things right now, really staying simplified, knowing what's worth your time and energy, etc. And it definitely helps when it's something you love, you're connecting with, you're passionate about, etc. It might be different from what you're normally used to doing. It doesn't mean that you have to stick to the mundane and refine. I don't get that energy specifically. It just talks about like putting the time and energy again into things that like really make your heart sing. You might not see the movement and growth you want to right now, but that's totally okay. It's happening. It's coming. You're actually gaining more benefit from the intuitive knowledge that you're receiving right now versus seeing something grow and expand immensely. That's going to come in. It's a little annoying because our ego is at play. As always, right? Being humans, whoop whoop to humanity. But this is like that deeper level of, again, kind of stemming back to that concept of how we want people to see us, the type of validation, affirmation that we want to receive from them. When we don't get that, it is like a little bit of, a rejection, a snub, a bummer. Maybe you saw the potential, the possibility within that situation or dynamic. But the beautiful thing is Spirit always knows like what is highest and best for us. So just remember, like if you are receiving a no or a closed door, the silver lining is it's just not meant to be, and honestly, it gives us the opportunity to surrender, right? Then we don't have to like force to make something happen. That can be just as exhausting and defeating in and of itself, where when we take the opportunity to step back and surrender, it actually gives us what we want. And that's what's so powerful about this transition into Aries season, beginning of the zodiac new year, new moon, new everything. And the sun is actually sextile to Pluto. Pluto governs death and rebirth, cycle changes, transformation. And sextile is a harmonious aspect. It just basically means that, again, confirming the more we do the work, the more we put in the time, the energy, the more we're going to receive the benefits. So that's pretty awesome. I'm going to take a sip. All right. So new moon, like I said, I will do a video on it. But real quick, there's a lot of fire energy, guys. So I feel like, and Mars is still in Gemini. Like I was talking about, we really have to make sure that we're taking action based on what our instincts and our intuition is telling us. If we try to force the agenda or move too quickly, it's just going to be a big ball of frustration. It's not even worth the time and effort. Put that fire energy, it equals creativity, growth, expansion. Put it into something new. Something that you really want to see happen, something you've had on the back burner or is on your laundry list to conquer. This is a great time, like I said, to plant new seeds, new beginnings. It doesn't mean that we lose sight of what we're currently working on, but I feel like there's not a lot of movement in regards to what is already in front of us now. So we have to plug that energy into just, like I said, new areas of expansion and growth. It's actually really beautiful how things are coming into play. With that vertex point in Sagittarius, we actually see a lot of positive, movement and growth. So again, it stems back to really making sure that we're trusting our instincts and our intuition. The moon is going to be conjunct to Neptune. So that kind of stems back to the value of, our intuition, our sensing, feeling will be more heightened. Really tune into that. That is an overarching energy, especially as it relates to your environment, the people, places, and things that you're dealing with. Because this is going to be a really pivotal time, over the next month or so, when we are kind of putting more energy into ourselves and less energy into the things, like I said, that are just kind of annoying, sucking too much energy, too much time, taking away from the things we actually want to put that into, right? Again, we're still kind of waiting for some release around the Mars energy to move out of Gemini. It will happen. Just be patient right now. Again, that emphasis is placed on new people, places, and things, trying out new hobbies, connecting with things that you really love to do. This is where you're going to see more movement and flow. You have to be open to the change that is happening. It's not feeling awesome. I mean, sometimes change feels really good, right? But not always. Not to be the Debbie Downer, but legit. It's being okay with it, right? Surrendering a little bit. Not being so hard on ourselves. The places that we do that with Saturn and Pisces, I still have to do a astrology video around that. I will get to it this week, I promise, because it is really important. It's, again, going back to that initial energy I was talking about, where Pisces brings up, it uproots the dirt, the muck, all the BS that's in the way for us living fulfillment, happy, blissful lives, right? We all deserve it. We're entitled to it. We just really have to kind of realign or know how to navigate the challenges at hand in order to kind of like overcome and conquer those things. So this really talks about being, like I said, being open, surrendering to that change, making sure that the more you're able to kind of identify the places that you have to put in a little extra TLC, a little extra work. It's gonna actually, you might not love it, but you're gonna see more positive benefits from that as well. It's gonna help things, like I said, move forward a little bit. And you're actually gonna see a lot more fortune, a lot more abundance, the more grounded that you become. It's actually confirmed all over, the astrology chart. It's just, again, that value that it's not gonna feel great. It's gonna make us feel like a little self-conscious, unworthy, etc. And that's not a fun way to feel. But I think, again, Aries is all about being able to step into that confidence, that power, that pride to some capacity, a little bit of positive arrogance. I think that is beneficial. I don't know if I'm not going to check myself. You guys can check me if you want in the comments below, right? It's, like I said, it's just kind of about indulging in that empowering energy, not to the detriment of someone else, obviously, but that's actually going to be what gives you that boost of inspiration, encouragement. And then, like I said, you're going to see the changes that you want to see naturally evolve in a lot easier way. It's not going to feel so exhausting. And then at the end of the week, that's actually when we see Mars move into Cancer, which is awesome because it's going to connect us more with that feeling, that sensing, that knowing that we have to do around the action that we have to take and the action we have to take and the movement forward is what I was going to say. Anything else? Well, a lot of it is indicative off of what time you were born, what your birth chart is, and how that matches up, to your own personal chart. There's a lot of great free resources. I personally like that astroseek.com. Astro Dentist is also a really great one. There's so many. Astrology Cafe. There's so many. And I think a lot of apps too. I'm not as hip on those, but check it out. See how this stuff affects you. Astrology is really cool. Ayurveda uses it as health, as a diagnostic tool to see where your constitution is. And like I mentioned, that's really the name of the game right now, is dedicating a lot of time to empowering ourselves, inspiring ourselves despite our past, some of the choices we've made, etc. Who effing cares? We can change. We actually hold the power to change, to make better choices for ourselves, to show up a little bit better, to try to be more in alignment with who we are. That's where our power lies. And honestly, that happens through the more we take care of ourselves. Go effing figure, right? All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Sending so much love and blessing your way. Stay tuned for the new moon video and the Saturn moving into Pisces. Otherwise, big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. Let's build and grow the community. I love hearing from you all. Lots of love and blessings.